Hello and welcome to the People Chronicles Storied Women. My name is Anna Rose Ingarra-Milch and I am your host. I am also the author of Lunch with Lucille. Lunch with Lucille is the story of how one woman's life impacted another woman. And so what we do here on the People Chronicles Storied Women is to bring women from our community to share their story. So today I have a very special guest with me. For the most part, everyone who has come on this show for the last few years that we've been doing it has been from Pennsylvania or from the Northeast, except today. Today we have Catherine Preziosi, and I'll have you guess actually I call her Kitty, where Kitty comes from. Go ahead, say hello.
Hi, y'all.
There you go. She doesn't come from Reading, that's for sure. But she has a very special story to tell, and I think you'll enjoy this interview. So, Catherine, Kitty, tell us, what is it the one thing that you want us to remember from our interview today? That as we say as trainers, is our takeaway or our learning point. What do you want us to remember?
I come from Alabama, not with a banjo on my knee, but with a lot of Southern knowledge and Southernness. And it's worked very well for me successfully and helped me meet you.
That's
right?
true. Yeah. That's very, very true. Just as a footnote to that, Kitty and I met on a cruise I didn't want to go on, but yet you were sitting at my table, and that's 20 years now. We're 20 years into this friendship, so it's been exciting. And so, okay, so you talk about this Southernness. Tell us, what does that mean? What does it mean? What's the difference? You know, what sets a Southernness apart?
Charm, hospitality, friendliness. Many people, I live in Florida now, and many people that I know that go back to Alabama to visit people come back and say they're so nice there. They're so kind. Everybody says hello. And that's what we do. And I didn't realize until I got older that is how we were raised, to be nice and kind. And that Southern hospitality is very real. And it works for all of us because that is the way we operate, just to be kind and nice, no matter what. Sometimes you're not really happy inside, but you're very nice to people.
Yeah, I think, when you think about it, when you're walking down the street and you just make eye contact with somebody, and you just say good morning, how that increases the quality of life just in that instant,
Yes.
So being nice and be kind, but saying it and showing it.
Yeah. And people respond to it.
And people do respond to it, yeah. I also know that my husband Charles one time was speaking to a customer service rep on the telephone, and he wasn't getting his way. And then he said to him, he channeled his inner self, and he said, I'm going to turn my Kitty on. So he just started to just be that gracious and kind self. And then the customer service, instead of going head to head, and the customer service rep came around and said, yes, Charles, we'll definitely help you. Of course, yes. And it was really, it works. It really does. To really be kind to people, you get it back.
Yes, it's a great way to bridge the gap. In fact, I was at an event in Utah a few months ago, and I was very nervous, and I didn't know anyone. And so I decided I'm just going to start speaking to everyone. Hey, how are you? And they look at me and, hey, how are you? And the girl with me said, what are you doing? I said, I am getting up, and I'm helping other people, and I'm staying positive, and that's what I'm doing. And so I got response, and so we got connections, and so that's what we do.
That's wonderful, and I would guess that then recharges you to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Do it
that's
again.
Right. That's right.
Do it again. And you think in terms of, can we continue to do that wherever we are? Just think of if you could, ignite that in the next person, who ignites it in the next person, mm-hmm. and exponentially it just keeps going on and on and on. What that would do for a community? It would change the entire culture.
It's definitely a pay it forward opportunity. It really is.
Yeah, and it's so simple.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't cost anything. I think we can use that.
And then in the midst of that, people make fun of my accent.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, and they go, would you count to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I tell them, just like I just did then, I can turn it on and I can turn it off. But if they like me to turn it on, it's not being silly, it's just being fun and enjoying the moment with someone. So
that's great. Now, do you use that Southern charm, say, in your professional life, because I know you're a consultant. So do you use that in your training and consulting?
I do it deliberately and non-deliberately. It seems to break the ice. People sometimes are a little shocked to hear it, especially in some of the cultures I work in. They go, "Oh," and then they pay attention, and then we're communicating, and then they want to know where I'm from, and etc. So it's very helpful.
It is. I mean, I think that one of the reasons that we started talking at the table is because I tuned into it. I mean, I don't really hear the Southern accent often, being up in the Northeast. Actually, I can almost put that as like 99.9% do I hear the Southern accent. I don't know anybody other than you.
I need to come up here more often.
Yeah, you need to come up here more often, right? We could just walk down the street together. This is what Kitty and I will do. We're going to be walking up and down Penn Street saying hello and good morning to everyone.
That's
How
right.
about that?
That's right. Saying hi.
Saying hi.
You say hello and I say hi.
Do I say hi?
That's right. It works.
It works. Did you charm your husband with it?
Yes, I think I did. In fact, my mother charmed him too because she's very Southern. So it's all how you're raised,
Yeah, it
and
is.
like I said, I really didn't realize how different I was until I moved away because I stayed in the same. I was fortunate to be in the same place during my childhood, grammar school, high school, and college. So that's all I knew. And then when I got out of the environment, it was like people are different, and they're thinking that I'm very different. But it really wasn't a negative different. They just didn't get it.
Right.
Right. So what? What's it like to be in the South? Well. What's it like to be from where you're from,
Yeah, it's amazing.
It opens a lot of doors.
It does. It really does. And like you say, you turn it on and turn it off, but you turn it on at the right time.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
let it go when it needs to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It softens many moments. It really does. In terms of training or consulting or meeting new friends, they like it.
Yeah. I think kindness and generosity and openness. I think we all want that.
Yes.
I mean, that just made me. Obviously, it's my personal opinion, but I really think that people, want that. I mean, they want to feel like they belong. They want to feel that they're recognized. They want to feel that they are important. I think one of the things that bothers me, especially as I hear when women of a certain age talk to be feeling invisible. They start to feel invisible, is that nobody really makes eye contact with them anymore, and that they're like a non-entity all of a sudden. You reach a certain age, or a woman, a man too, but you become that invisible being. And I think when you have the graciousness, it's you, and the smiling and all that goes on, how can that be invisible? That is igniting. That's just so visible and so healthy. So.
And in these days with the negativity, it's really good to put it out there. It's my way of raising the positive energy around the world, to do that, to reach out.
Yeah, you always raise positive energy around me. I have to tell you, though, that when I first started to write Lunch with Lucille and I would get my mental blocks, Kitty would coach me and just remind me how I was capable and how I could do it. So.
And you did it.
And I did it. And now we're sitting here talking.
I know it.
Many years later.
Very successful.
It's very thrilling. So, Kitty, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to be on the People Chronicles.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's great. Yeah.
And thank you all for watching. Thank you. Thank you for following Storied Women on the People Chronicles. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The People Chronicles, and you won't miss any stories.
These stories are made possible in part by Queen City Restaurant, Greth Homes, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, and Spring Ridge Financial.